Yeah, so let's do that.
So for
Let's move
context,
on.
like for anyone who wasn't here at the beginning, Max is trying kind of like an idea with the theme for the tech talk that he's going to start with $10 in wax and kind of use that as like kind of an investment everyone can watch in real time to see different strategies that you can use to grow that $10. And this is kind of like an interesting experiment for Max to kind of see, okay, how far can I take this $10 with different strategies over what period of time? How quickly can he make it $100? So on and so forth. And certainly not financial advice, but a fun thing to follow along with and to see how he could approach things like this.
Yeah,
And it'll
and
be
how
fun to watch
anybody
in real
should be
time.
able to.
We're only going to make trades or do things um on stream so that it's not like Max is doing 100-day trades in between and then if you do 100 swing trades every day for a week,
Yeah.
you too can turn $10 into 1,000. It's supposed to be like
Yeah,
more like kind of nice simple approaches so it can kind of
yeah.
as a teaching mechanism to kind of see different
The
investment
objective
strategies,
I'm gonna have,
particularly in a bear market.
yeah, my objective for this, I'm gonna take 100 wax, and my goal is to outperform staking 100 wax. So if you stake your wax, you should be able to earn about 5% APY on your wax. So in 1 year, I should be able to make 5 wax with 100. I think I can do better than that, and I think we all can, but also without having to like time markets or buy and sell or flip anything. I think we can do better than that just by participating with our wax in different ways, or possibly even moving our wax into other blockchains. So let's
Yeah,
see.
here's the idea for you, Max, if you're feeling squirrely is by the way,
Yeah,
Max owns the FTW extension, so maybe we
this
could
is mine.
he could just seed a bunch of wallets here with this idea. Um, here's something that you could think about. Could you load a couple of accounts with $10 and try different tactics and then compare them to one another to see their performance? That's kind of an interesting idea. There's a
Okay, yeah,
certain
let's.
level of maintenance on you, so I guess I'll defer to you on if that's like too much effort.
I'm down. Let's make like. Should we make like 2 wallets here? I'll make like 2 FTW wallets
Yeah,
from
because
scratch and
then
start from there, and
you
then
could
fund them with 100
compare
each.
like, okay, maybe one's like a DeFi strategy and one's like a staking strategy. Actually, that's what we should do is just like you can stake wax or something and then compare the 5% staking to what you're doing with this more active trading style.
Yeah, I like the idea of like maybe comparing a couple DeFi strategies too. So let's
Yeah,
do
yeah, yeah.
that. So let's start. I'm gonna start by assuming you've made a cloud wallet with Wax, just so that we don't have to go over that. I feel like if you haven't, there is definitely resources online to make those wallets for yourselves. So let's assume that you have one, but now what you want to do is you want to create yourself a new wallet, a wallet where you're the owner of the private keys, and you want to do that so that you can use it to build either an NFT collection or maybe a position as a DeFi, whatever you want to do. So let's start by doing that. So I'm going to go to blocks.io.
Yeah, and ultimately we'll use like staking wax as like the baseline. So that'll be our control. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, I don't think we really need to we don't have to stake it because we know the stake rates are fixed at like 5%, right? So when you
Yeah.
stake wax P, you get a 5% return.
So let's take a look here. So I'm going to go blocks.io, right? And I'm going to change this drop down to Wax. And now I'm going to come up here to wallet. And then I'm going to say create account on the left side. And then here it says, if you need to generate a new owner and active key, please use this eoskey.io. So I'm going to click on that. And of course, it can't be reached. And that's going to make it harder to demonstrate how to make a wallet from scratch. But I think I actually already have that downloaded. So let me
You didn't say the magic word.
I've downloaded it 9 times already. So when that website opens up, you should be able to basically, it just links to download. You choose Windows, Mac, whatever, Linux, whatever you're on. And it installs this folder for you. You open the folder and you click the setup.exe inside there if you're on Windows. I think on Mac it's, the AP, whatever, APX or something file.
Yeah, so
You
this
just launch.
creates a private public key pair. Now, obviously, like you don't want to show this private key, but I think
So I'll
Max
just show how to make it though. So like once you click launch, it does this little installing because it's a self-contained software. So every time you launch from that exe, it creates a new instance of this software. And then when you close it, it pretty much like uninstalls effectively. But what you want to do is click on the left side, generate and validate key pairs. And then here where it says generate keys, click the generate button. And now it created for me an EOS public key, which starts with EOS, and then a private key down here, which starts with the number 5. If I generate a new one, you'll see each new combination, or this is a hash, a public key hash. Each public side will always start with EOS, and the private side always starts with 5. So no matter how many times I click generate, I'm getting a bunch of different versions here. So Mark, would you mind hiding my screen so I can make a new generation, and then I can use that to create a wallet here?
Yeah.
Let me know when I'm good to hit generate again.
Yeah, you're off screen, so just tell me when you want me to put it back on.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm curious. So we can kind of do some. This is some fun metrics. I definitely like data driven stuff. So it'll be kind of fun to compare, you know, stake rates, typical stake rates versus you know, these sort of active strategies, and then also like the timing, like how quickly can you say 50% get 50% gains on that 100 wax. And particularly in a difficult market. And then, you know, we're in it for the long haul here at Neon Space, so we can really see, I mean, shit, even a year from now it'd be really funny to see how much this 100 wax could change.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so and if whatever, you can I think, wait, yeah, you can pull up my screen again if you want.
Okay.
If you can't get to that eoskey.io site, I can share this Windows Explorer.
Did you paste it into blocks yet?
No.
And create the wallet? Because we want to show the private key there.
Yeah, no, it's public keys to make wallets. That's why you can.
Oh, okay, got it.
So when you saw where I was clicking generate, where it created a public and a private key, if you wanted, for example, like somebody like Kate has a service where they'll make you a wallet for an amount of wax, or if you wanted me to make you an FTW wallet, you would have to create for yourself this pair, and then you could text me or DM me just the public key, the one that starts with EOS, which is the ability for me to see the wallet, but not for me to sign transactions for it. I can then use that public key to create for you a wallet that you can recover. And I'm going to go through the process of doing that right now. So for this account, I'm going to call this.
And because he's the owner of the FTW extension, he can seed any wallets from that extension. Getting the wallet extensions is another thing for another day.
Yeah.
But you can do this with 12 character wallets as well for free effectively, or I guess for whatever the 0.2, 0.4 wax total to seed it.
So I call this one DeFi1.ftw, and then we can make DeFi2, DeFi3, and so on if we want to.
Let's see. Doing this will avoid the 5 wax. You got to send a new user.wam.
Yeah, so you do not have to do that if you have.
So
you can
once you already have there has to be an origin wallet that creates the wallet.
Yeah, you'll see here. I have to actually sign in from one into existence.
So if you already have a Wax Cloud wallet and you wanted to create an additional wallet in which you own the private keys, you would log into your Cloud wallet and then from there seed the new wallet. Which would only cost basically 0.4 wax because 0.2 is the minimum you would need to stake CPU and net to create it. So no, you would not need an additional 5 wax to make a new non-custodial wallet.
And you'll be able to make this kind of wallet just from using your Wax Cloud wallet. I'm going to make it from using my FTW wallet since I want to use the extension FTW, and the only wallet that can name another wallet .ftw is the FTW wallet. But let me first fund that
and
wallet.
If you look on blocks, it'll actually show like who seeded the new wallet. So if you made like, you know, Max is the best and you made it from, you know, FTW, it'll show on blocks that, you know, this was the origin wallet that created this new one. So there is a trail that connects these things, just so you're aware.
Yeah, so here,
and if you're looking into other people's wallets, you can also see like, okay, is this an alternative wallet for the insert person here? If you're trying to be like a real blockchain sleuth, that is helpful too if you're trying to investigate all the CD characters that come through.
Yeah, so now that we've made ourselves a private and a public key pair, I've taken the public key, the one that starts EOS, and I've copied it into my clipboard. So if I hit paste right now, it'll paste that. Then I'm going to come up here and click login and log in with the wallet that I'm going to use to create this account. So since I'm using FTW, I already logged in. But if I had my cloud wallet, I would just say add account, and then I could cloud wallet, and now I could log in here. And then, use my cloud wallet to sign for this transaction. The only difference there would be you have to create a name for your wallet that is exactly 12 characters long and has not been used before. So, like, for example, I did Max as mine, and here you can say it already exists. But if you do Max Collector, there you go. You could make this name from any wallet. You don't have to. You can make this with your cloud wallet.
Do OR.
Oh yeah, it's OR. Yeah, good to go.
Okay, there you go.
If you want to be Max Collector, you can create a Wax wallet, Max Collector. Use your login up here. Log in with your. I'm going to do first at FTW, but I can do it from any wallet because this naming convention of 12 characters that has not been used before does not require special permissions to create. But .ftw does. So I'm going to do defi1.ftw for this wallet. Then I'm going to take that EOS, the public key, where it says new public owner key. I'm going to paste that key. I'm going to do the same in the active key. This is just going to be a regular hot wallet. Now, earlier when you were asking about the 5 wax staked to the wallet, this is where you would do that portion of it. So by default, it's asking for 0.2 stake to network, 0.2 stake to CPU, and 3,000. I'm going to up this a little bit and give myself like 5 to CPU, just because I want the wallet to actually work.
Yeah.
And then now because
like
I'm
10 transactions a day or something like that, isn't that for free? It's like 10 transactions a day, or is that just for the cloud wallet?
I'm not sure. It might just be for the cloud wallet. But we'll see. I think that might be eventually a thing that just is extended to every wallet. But so here now, let me. I'm gonna say I filled in all these things. This is my public key. Twice the name that I want, which is available, and the reason that this one is available is because I own the FTW extension, and now I can say create account, and it's going to ask to be signed by FTW. So you have to use the FTW active key to sign this one, which I can do that because I own it. And then failed with message overdrawn balance. Okay, so I'm trying to use too much wax. Let me see what my really quick. I'm gonna middle mouse click on account so that it opens in a new tab, and then I can check my wax balance. I have 11 wax.
Oh man, this guy clicks.
So I can click back over here. I think I'm just I'm going too hard on RAM. Let's just do like so it wanted to do 3,000. Let's do 6,000. And then that's 5. This should be covered by 11 wax. So now let me try to sign this transaction one more time. And now it's a success. So now I can click on this transaction hash and see on the blockchain there now is first FTW has made a transaction to create the account. DeFi1 FTW has made this transaction. And you can also see if I look through other FTW transactions, this wallet has probably made several of such transactions. Here, there it's making DeFi.FTW. Here it's making Seattle NFT Museum. Here it's making Rocket.FTW. Here it's making Boobs.FTW. Hell yeah. Here it's making first.ftw. So that this one.
Who did you make boobs for?
Oh, that's definitely another OG. I don't remember.
Oh, it was like silent or something, or
yeah,
secret.
I think it was silent. Yeah. Oh, look, now FTW needs more stake because it's already out of CPU by almost double from doing that transaction. But it's not a wallet I use for other things. Anyway, now I've signed the transaction. It exists on the Wax blockchain. That means so does the wallet DeFi1.ftw. Now I can add that wallet to my, what is it called? I can add that wallet now to my Anchor. So if I have Anchor wallet, if I'm loading this up for the first time, it'll basically look something like, it won't have a wallet already, but it'll be like, would you like to create a new wallet or would you like to import an existing wallet? So let me just do that really quick. The way that works when you don't already have a shit ton of wallets is, I think it's at the top, right?
I think Max is willing to seed wallets on the .ftw extension for people. So if that is something you really want, just shoot him a DM in Discord, and yeah, that is something that we're willing to do. It is kind of fun.
Yeah,
.neon extensions we keep for ourselves, though, since that's associated with the project and the business. So we won't do .neon extensions for anything that's outside of our own team, just so that if you see that, it's related to us.
So to use the wallet I just created, I need to import it. So I'm going to say import account, and then it's going to say import an existing account. Yes, that's what I want to do. And then here, import private key. So then it's giving me this field here where it's going to ask for me to paste the private side. So this is the EOS one. It wants the one that starts with 5 now. Do you mind hiding my screen for a second?
Yeah.
So I can.
And so if you're doing a hot wallet like that, the hot wallet being that the private key is exposed to the internet, so you could paste that. But if you're doing it from a hardware wallet, so if you have like an EOS app on your Ledger or Trezor or something, then you would just log in with your Ledger in that way and connect to Anchor, and then it would import the private key directly from the hardware device. So
okay, you can share my screen again. And you can see my Alcor wallet, right? Or Anchor wallet on screen right now, right?
I can see the Anchor app, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so let me come back over here. I'm on Anchor, and now if I go paste, that's the private key side. And then here you can actually see the public key is showing. It's the EOS key that I just put in. And then you can see here it's showing me now, oh, that's the key for both active and owner. You can create multi-signature wallets where there's a different owner key than active key. It's more complicated and more secure, not necessary for what I'm doing. So I'm going to say just check the active key and then say import account. And now it's going to want my password. This is just for your local wallet password. And once you do this, it will add my DeFi one to my list of wallets, which I have to look through now because it's getting too long.
Yeah, you have a shit ton of wallets.
Yeah, let's see. There it is, DeFi1.ftw. So now I can click on this. And I'm in. Boom. So now I can come over to, I'm going to fund this wallet here really quick before I sign out of this one. So I'm going to say transfer to DeFi1.ftw. And I'm going to transfer 100 wax.
It's starting, guys. It's starting. You're gonna watch generational wealth be made in real time.
And then on top of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign in with First.ftw and stake remotely a little bit more CPU just to make sure I have enough. Because let me check right now. If I go to DeFi1.
Yeah, so this is we're showing some fun stuff along the way. So you can see at the top, I'm pointing like you guys can see. I'm so stupid. You're scrolling up, you can see, buy FTW underneath at the top there. So you can see if you really wanted a blockchain sleuth, you can see who's making these additional wallets and kind of backtrack if you wanted to.
Yeah, and if you find a wallet that you don't know who made it, like for example FTW, is its own wallet. It says made 6 months ago, but you can just look into its transaction history and just go to the very first transaction.
But yeah, what Max is about to do is, if you're not aware, you can remote stake from one wallet to another. So
Yeah,
like,
that's why I was going to show that too. Real quick. Oh, and here you go. So Max collected created FTW.
so instead of sending, like, say you someone in the community that's like, hey, I'm trying to buy this drop, I'm short on wax right now. You know, you could remote stake to them. It stakes to their account, but you're in control of the stake and unstake period in transactions. So, you know, if you're juggling your own wallets, you can do that.
So
And
here,
yes, you would still get voting power. So I think the staking, that's a good question, Max. Do you know, like, if
you sure do. The staking party gets voting power. So if I stake to your wallet or to my own wallet, doesn't matter. The voting power is still from the wallet that's committing the stake.
Providing the stake. Okay.
Yeah. So here I'm going to go to first.ftw where I have some more liquid wax here. I just logged into it. So now I'm going to go to wallet, and then I'm going to say stake CPU and net. And then by default, it adds it to first.ftw, but I want to do DeFi1.ftw instead.
Yeah, and if you go to unstake, you can actually, it'll show you all the wallets that you're staked to. So if you were like staking someone to get them started, and then like a week later you pull it back because they're now established, it'll give you a list of wallets and how much you stake to each of them. And then you can pull that back at any time when you want. So it's kind of a nice thing. We do that all the time with Neon Space when we need to like mint things or do pack contracts and stuff.
Yeah, and then so here you can see first.ftw it says CPU stake 36, and then it says staked 2 others 21 wax, self-staked 15 wax. And then if I click on the actual CPU stake, I think it'll take me and show me here. I've staked to DeFi1.ftw. I've staked to the Misinformer. The Misinformer. Oh, okay, yeah. I made that wallet too. And then I've staked to somebody who was trying to help out, I think, who got stuck from this wallet. But yeah, you can see from any wallet, like here, Max.
Yeah, so real quick, Random King 206, like to get the domain or the extension, it's actually like a name bid.
Sure, I can show that really quick.
You need to be the top bid for 24 hours, so that does cost wax.
Yeah, if you come up here where we were going to wallet on Blocksite.io, if you go to the more tab and then see down here where it says name bids under account, you can click here, and then with your wallet logged in, you can see the current bid right now is 1,001 wax. But if you were to then put the next bid below, you could do 785 wax to ask for your own name. Which would be like, let's say I want to bid on shit.
Well, shit's already there.
Oh, well, that's a good one. Well, I can outbid. It's not been taken yet, so I can outbid shit. So if I wanted to, I could say shit like that, and then I would have to put a higher bid in than this 785, and then I could just say bid. And this bid would become this wax would become refunded to worker, and then it would be my bid would be the highest. If somebody outbids me, I would get my wax back. The only way to get your wax back is for somebody to outbid you for the same name that you're bidding for, or for you to win your name bid. Once you've committed the wax, there's no way to cancel your bid. So keep in mind, that. And then, of course, you can only bid for names that exist. So if I tried to do Max, for example, that doesn't exist anymore. Someone else already has that. So if I say Max and then try to bid like in wax or something, because I don't actually have 700 in this wallet, it'll fail if I try to do this. But either way, so you'd want to check if the wallets exist by just typing the name here. So if you say Max and check, oh yeah, this was already made 2 years ago. Somebody made Max, not me. But there's great names like DeFi. So if you wanted to create a .defi extension,
why a wallet would claim a wallet exists, but Blocks.io wouldn't save it exists? Like these wallet extensions doesn't show who made it because it was part of the bidding process. So because it's like a separate
there's also
process,
another answer to that.
Okay.
the other side of that is a wallet can be claimed and not yet exist. So if you click here over need to claim, all of these names have been taken. Like Dab is gone. But
they
if I
haven't
now
been
type
claimed.
Dab into the here, it'll say it doesn't exist as an account because the transaction to create that name hasn't been broadcast to the network, but the ability to do that transaction has already been claimed. Only this wallet may name an account Dab.
Man,
because they own the
Worker.wax
rights.
is really going hard
Worker
here.
does fucking work, dude.
So
Oh,
Worker.wax is related to
And
the
Box
Wax Core
Gold.
team. So they must be getting all the profanity out of there so no one else can take it.
Dicks. Oh man, I should fucking go for some of these, dude.
Oh man, if I could have a wallet called shit.fuck, oh man, that's too bad.
Oh, dude. Yeah, fuck, those are great. But they are buying a lot, and then some people are
the
paying
fact
a
that the
lot of
Wax
money
team's
for these.
buying all those up is probably just to keep them off rather than to hoard them. But who's
Yeah. Well, they can't take boobs.ftw because that's that belongs to someone now. But yeah, this is how you would participate in name bids. So you go to more name bids, and then you'll have to do a little bit of research either on chain for your names or on this list of unclaimed names so far. And then once you win your bid, it'll leave from the current bid section here, and it'll appear over here on the name need to claim names. And then all you need to do to make the wallet to make the name is sign into blocks with the wallet that won the bid, come up to wallets, create account, and then using the wallet that won the right to make the name, create a wallet with that name. So then you just would, like when I did it with Max Collected, I won the name bid from Max Collected, and then I signed into Max Collected and I was like FTW, and it stopped saying that was a problem. It was like the red thing went away because I actually owned the right to do that from the wallet that was signed in. But yeah, so that's how you'll make your custom names. So for now, we've created an account, we funded it with 100 wax, and we staked some of that wax, some more wax remotely to it. So now I'm going to come over here on what is it? Alcor.exchange. I'm going to sign into my new wallet for the first time over here. So DeFi1.ftw. And there we go. And you can see, oh yeah, I have 100 wax. I can come up here. And I think the first strategy that I wanted to try for this first week is to supply liquidity to Nefty blocks and liquidity mine. I think it's a solid play. And I think that the Nefty token has like a capable team behind it, legitimate use cases, legitimate burn cases, and a nice long 7-year distribution cycle. I can see the team being around for that much time, and I like that project. Personally, I use that pool to fund my Ether mining, but we can use it to just generate more wax, and let's try that this week. We can reassess next week, but I feel like this is going to be a nice way to start. So I'm going to take a look at Nefty token on Alcor and just take a quick overview of these metrics. So we can see in terms of wax, it's up about 2%, meaning that the price is falling because it's costing me, I don't know, it's climbing because it's costing me more wax per Nefty token. So if I now do 50 wax, I'd get 110 Nefty tokens for 50 wax. The other thing I want to take a look at is liquidity, how much wax is in this pool. So the wax is showing me only the wax. There's also Nefty token. If I click this arrow here, it'll toggle and show me the Nefty tokens in the pool. So you can see that the curve of those is actually different, and that has to do with the price and the value of those tokens. Yeah, basically it has to do with the value of the tokens, because this is only showing me how many Nefty tokens are in the pool, not what they're worth. So you can see that clearly, while the amount of Nefty tokens in the pool is climbing steadily, the price has been doing one of these, which is then reflected by the amount of wax in that pool. Yoink. So it'll be like the opposite though, where it's like, oh, it's climbing aggressively while Nefty token is not, and vice versa. So here Nefty token's flatlining. This is the area where like wax is pumping into the market as the counterpart. But either way, what I care more about than like explaining the way these lines are moving is how much is actually in here. So right now we're looking, that's 1.17 million wax. That's deep liquidity. What that means for an end user is that I can make a trade of 1,000 wax and receive a price impact of just 0.8%. That means that this pool is deep enough to facilitate a trade of 10,000 wax with less than 1% impact on the price. That's excellent for my wanting to, participate in this pool with 100 wax. I know for sure I can get in and out of this pool at these liquidity depths without concern. So first of all, I like to see that there's liquidity. So if I'm trading an asset, I have an avenue to exit. Now I'm going to go over to Nifty Blocks. NiftyBlocks.com. I guess I haven't been on this.
I think there's a C in there.
Yeah, there is. Okay, so coming to Nifty Blocks, connecting with my wallet. Again, brand new wallet. Just made this, just added the stakes to it. But I can already use it now across. And again, I copy and pasted those private and public keys. So if my computer burns down or whatever, my house is gone, as long as I know the private key side of that, I can always reinstall any wallet application, import account, paste the private key, and I would have access to all of the funds in here again. So the strategy I wanted to look at for this week for this position is going to be in the earn on the top here in rewards. And we can see here, sure, we'll accept the cookies. You can see here, this is like the rewards page on Nifty Blocks. They are offering 476 Nifty tokens every hour being distributed among all of these supplied wax and Nifty token liquidity holders. So I want to participate in this to get my share of that. And to do that, I'm going to come down here where it says provide liquidity. And it looks like it sees my 100 wax. If I put the 100 wax up, it needs the counterpart. So before I can use this tool, I need to source that counterpart manually. So I'm going to come back over to the Alcor swap. And since I'm going to do half of my stack into this, I'm going to go ahead and source 110 Nifty tokens by doing a trade like this. Trade is settled. Now I can come straight back over here. There's a refresh button right here. And now I can see it's refreshed. I can click on the Nifty stake. It's going to take the counterpart. So yes, that's what I want to do. Yes, accept the, read through, of course. I've done that on a different one. And accept that. Then after it's accepted, sign the actual supply transaction, which you can see here's what's happening. Before I sign it blindly, I can go through. It's saying Nifty, pay CPU. Okay, so I'm paying a portion of CPU first. Then EOS tokens, transferring my tokens from my wallet with the memo deposit. Oh God, I'm just gonna grab this and move it. Deposit. There's the wax going to Alcor swap. And then it's requiring my active signature. The next transaction as part of this bundle of transactions is again a transfer deposit memo with my Nifty tokens, also to Alcor swap, and then Alcor swap add liquidity transaction. And then stake.nifty open transaction. All of these things I'm expecting to see. So great. Alcor swap transfer from to rewards.stake. Okay, so this is exactly what I want to see. Like I'd like to look over these transactions if I'm doing something new to make sure that it is what I expect it to be. And with this Alcor wallet or Anchor wallet, sorry, with this Anchor wallet, it does kind of like lay out for me what I'm signing very clearly. So I'm going to go ahead and sign that. Hopefully it didn't take too long to do it. I didn't. So now it goes green here. Liquidity has been added. And we can see here, I now have 69.05 wax Nifty, which represents 0% of the pool still. And let's wait and see what happens as far as Nifty rewards go. But hopefully that's not too little to register. I'm not sure if I didn't actually read the documentation on this, if there's like a minimum amount, but I think it should be any amount staked to your wallet should qualify me. So now I've entered this pool. I'm expecting to come back next week on Tuesday and see a claimable balance of Nefty as well as the same stake that I've already supplied. So what's now happening as far as what this position is I've added both my Nefty and my Wax to this liquidity pool. And now every time when somebody pays, let's say someone does 100 Wax into Nefty token, right? You can see here, there's a liquidity sourcing fee of 0.3%. That 0.3% is collected by the liquidity pool in the form of whatever the token. So in this case, in the form of Wax. If this was a trade in the opposite direction, it would be in the form of Nefty tokens that gets collected by the pool. Either way, the pool collects that 0.3% per trade, and then I get my portion of that based on how much of the total pool that I own. So then if I go here to volume, you can see in Wax terms in the last, let's say, so this is 7 days, let's do 24 hours. So like during this like hour period of trading, for example, 14,000 Wax moved through this pool, and the pool took 0.3% cut of that. So this would be like 40 Wax that the pool earned in this hour. And if I own like 1% of the whole pool, for example, then I would have earned 0.4 Wax in that hour. But yeah, so that's pretty much it at this point. That's all I wanted to do for this position. I've added the token. I own a portion of the liquidity pool. That means I'm getting a portion of that 0.3% relative to the size of the pool that I own now. And then I've taken that pool position, staked it here on Nefty blocks, where I'm now, in addition to that yield from trading, also earning my share of this 276 Nefty token per hour. So let's see what happens next week when we check in on this, how much Nefty token, if anything, we've claimed, if there was an issue. If there is an issue where we don't get paid out for the mining because we don't have enough value in here or something, we are still earning the liquidity yield from the liquidity farming position. So either way, we'll have something to show for this in a week's time. But that's going to be, I think, the strategy to follow on Wax for this week. Mainly, I also really like this pool because if we look at the price movement in it, we go to price, and that's 10% in a month. Not terrible. But here you see all time, like, it's not really lost its value relative to Wax since the liquidity pool was introduced, which was around here. I think I started farming this token like literally day one, all the way up and then all the way down. And then I think I sold some around here, and then I bought them back like here to start like liquidity mining. Because by just supplying liquidity here, which you can do, so if I did a plus on the liquidity tab here, I could say add 10 Wax, and it would require I have a 22 Nefty counterpart. But then I could just say supply that liquidity, which here I'll just do with this tiny amount. Oh, well, I'd need to stake more CPU now. So that's, I guess.
Yeah, in theory, like the Nefty reward system, so he could do the LP rewards, then that would generate Nefty token, then you could stake the Nefty token and then get Wax. So that's kind of the broad stroke strategy that we'll see play out over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, so the Nefty token, what I like about it really quick here is when you do drops on Nefty blocks. So if there's a drop that I wanted to buy, like these are all free. These are, yeah, I mean, we can see it even before it goes on sale. But if I go to a drop, I can use Nefty tokens to buy any of these drops. So you can see here's the drops. Oh, and there's Paul. And then here, if I click this arrow, I can pay 11 Nefty instead of 5 Wax. And then this transaction will actually go through the liquidity pool. Hey, babe. Yeah, I can't call you back. Okay, see, you just picked something up, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna
Yes.
mute Max here. So while he's doing that, oh, here we go. Here,
Just really
back,
quick.
back.
Paul called me twice. I didn't want to like ignore him. But yeah, so any drop on Nefty Blocks platform is purchasable in Nefty token. And if you do that, this transaction actually will send 11.2 whatever Nefty to the swap, which here, check it out, copy that number, right? And then if we go here to the swap, it will swap the Nefty token. And I'm willing to bet that's 5 wax. Yeah, there you go. And then if it's more than it was, like it shows here, you'll actually get the difference back from Nefty Blocks when you use this platform. If you have a difference balance up here, it usually will say, hey, you have a remainder to claim. And then you can claim the difference back in wax or in Nefty. But when anything gets purchased from the drops page, that drives traffic through that liquidity pool, which we now can own a cut of. On top of that, I'm also getting the mining incentives for participating in the in staking that liquidity, and that mining incentive or the other side of that Nefty token is every time when I buy a drop using Nefty tokens or even buy anything with wax, I actually get a return of Nefty token. And you can see here the average 24-hour claim per wallet that's using Nefty Blocks is making about 8 Nefty tokens every day just for buying their NFTs on Nefty Blocks. So that's like another way you can get Nefty token. But I only have 100 wax right now. I definitely won't make much if I'm buying NFTs, so I'm going to use it to participate in this liquidity mining.
Yeah, this will be a good idea to see, like, relative to 100 wax starting point, how much a week's worth of Nefty volume really gets you. So we'll kind of see, but this is a nice entry level approach to like broader DeFi concepts in an NFT platform that's very familiar to most users on Wax. So I'm going to use this as a good stopping point here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Real quick, so you cannot destroy a wallet once it's on chain. It's on chain. The question being, what if I want to destroy a Wax wallet? Once it's connected to the chain, it's there forever. So that's a feature, not a flaw.
So you can regain the resources by simply
the resources out, but that wallet name will forever be there. The history will be there of what you did with that wallet, and no one else can make that name, even if you don't care and wanted to put it back into the pool. I mean, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility. Maybe that there are
if
ways
someone wants, the RAM, yes, you can. So here, I guess
you can refund all the resources and basically make it a zeroed out wallet. So just to answer that question real quick, I will raid into Burst here.
And here's how you would claim your RAM back. You click on the Wax on the wallet tab here, and then buy/sell RAM. And then you can see here, if I go to sell RAM, it shows how much I have bought, how much I have in use, and how much I have available. And I can just say 100%. That's going to take all the available, and I would get my 13 wax back simply by hitting sell RAM and signing the transaction now.
Yeah, you just sell it back to the pool, basically.
You sell it back to like the RAM pool. Yeah, I canceled that. That's why it's popped up. But if you have it in use, you need to cancel your open orders on the marketplaces. And if you have created NFT templates, those will use up some RAM. So if you've created templates, there's really no way to get back that RAM. There is like a small cost in minting templates, but minting NFTs based on those templates, if you burn the NFTs, you get the RAM back as well. So like, for example, when we mint pack NFTs for Neon Space, when people start ripping those packs open, the Neon Space wallet actually gets that RAM balance cleared up again, so that I can use that same balance in the future to mint more packs, rather than have to effectively continue to pay for that over and over and over again, and it being a one-way suck. So yeah, if you wanted to claim all your shit back, unstake everything after you've signed all your, cancel your open orders, get rid of any NFTs in the wallet, and burn anything that you minted with the wallet, then you can withdraw the wax by selling the wax back, and then you can unstake your CPU and net, and you can effectively kill the wallet. If you wanted to give a wallet away to someone else, like if someone was like, oh, I love that name, can I have it? you can actually sign the owner key over to their wallet. So they can give you a private or a public EOS key, and then you can create like another signature from the wallet saying, I'm giving this EOS key owner rights. And then they would effectively be the only, after that transaction is signed, then you would no longer be able to sign transactions unless you have their private key. So you can
Okay,
you
so
can
it
even
shifts
give
the
away.
private key connection too. So you wouldn't know their private key by signing over the wallet.
Yeah, and that's what happened to that one project that got hacked. Basically, somebody had access to their wallet and signed the owner key to their own like account, which effectively locked the creators out of their own wallets. Which is why it's important to keep those private keys safe, like the ones that we're generating in that little EOS key generator. Anybody who has that private key can access your wallet and recover it onto their devices.